How has study changed in your country over the last few decades?
People in okay, to be honest, people in the past did not focus a lot of on study, and but now the peoples are very inquisitive, and they do a lot of hard work. They are very tenacious. There are some multinational, there are some competitive exam like UPSC and banking and IIT. The people do very perform. So people in the past are not able to take class at home, but nowadays people can take online class by using WhatsApp, and they can share all the information from at the home to all the students. And like we are taking example in the COVID-19s, and people in COVID-19s, people are not able to go to school, but all the teachers were taking class at from home. They send the link from the WhatsApp so that all the students can join and can uh, learn, learn. The people can, the children can do study.
Here, did you acknowledge the question? You responded to the question, and that was good, right? That was appropriate. At least you came up with two differences. You elaborated them well enough, no doubt. Did you acknowledge the question? So the question is about change. So acknowledgement would be yes, there have been multiple changes, or there have been some changes,
You,
or
you
there
mean to
there I like we could easily notice some significant changes in the still like Indian education system.
you mean
And
to say after giving two example and you have
before
to
you give no, before you give that, see, whenever you answer a question, there are two section of the answers. One, first you acknowledge the question, and then you respond to the question. For example, I'm asking you, what do you like to do in your free time? So acknowledgement would be, well, that's an interesting question, or well, I hardly get free time to do things because I'm occupied here, but whenever I get free time. So now I'm going to answer the question. Until now, whatever I said, that was the acknowledgement part, that I understand your question, what this is all about.
okay,
Right?
I got it.
So, and then you come to the responding part. Then you come up with a response. That's what it is.
So that it looks uh, good impression.
Now, yes, of course, it leaves or it gives quite an impression. At the same time, when it comes to vocabulary, especially now, see how I said when I asked you that question, that how has study changed in your country? Then when I responded, I said to acknowledge, well, we could easily see some significant changes in Indian education system. So instead of study, what I used, Indian education system or education system. So that is the paraphrasing. You know paraphrasing? You know paraphrasing, right? So of course, like I mean, when you try and acknowledge the question, what you come up with is paraphrasing of the question. That shows another skills that yes, you are good at vocabulary, and you know how English should be spoken. So you naturally do these things, right? So that elevates again your scores. That will help, like you score much better with the same answer just by adding like this one acknowledgement thing. Sometimes the acknowledgement could be one sentence, sometimes it could be two, three. That's a different thing. But there must be an acknowledgement. But in a few cases, what happens? We just come up with I would say that's what you come up with, right? Well is a universal word. However, there could be some other alternatives to it, which certainly we are going to be discussing when we start like that responding part, even in English, not just for IELTS. Before we proceed with IELTS, I am supposed to talk about these things once we are done with this verb chapter that we've started.